So I'm going to show you how to make temple slippers for Amma. This is the first pair I made. Here they are. They're made of wool and they stretch on your feet like that. And this pair has been offered to Amma. She wore them and somehow they came back to me as a blessing. So there's another pair here who is finished. So they knit it very simply. They go straight with double rib and then come back, and then at the end we'll sew both ends together and add a little flower on the top, a little rose knitted. I don't know if you see very well like that. I put my hands in it. That's how it looks. And that's to use inside the temple to keep your feet warm. They're made of wool. So here in this basket I have a lot of colors, and when you choose colors for making temple slippers, it's good to choose darker color as a main color because the bottom may get messy. So the one we're going to make today will be, this is the color I chose. This is the main color, and I'm going to add those 3 colors decoration in it. So usually 2 or 3 color extra for that. Okay. So first, the first part of this project, we're going to tape the main color, and I'm going to, I assume that you know how to knit. I'm going to teach the basic knitting, but we're going to knit to start with casting on 30 stitch. So I'm starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And you go on until you have 30 stitch. So I will pause here and I'll show you just when I have 30 stitch. $22, $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30, 30 stitch. Okay. Then the first row is the most delicate row, as you know if you've been knitting before, because you don't want to lose any of the stitch, so you go very slowly knitting each one of them. But I start right away as to have a stretchy part in those slippers. We're going to knit them ribs, 2, this is 2 knit, 2 purl, and you can see that, 2 knit, 2 purl, that's how it's made. So I'm going to do the first 2 row, and then we're going to add different pattern and colors. So 2 knit, as it's 30 stitches, they have to be an even number. And I forgot to mention, but the size of the needle is number 5 millimeter, or if you use the US system, it's 8 US or 5 millimeter. Cast on 30 stitch and ribbed 2 by 2, 2 rib, 2 knit, and 2 purl. Then we're going to knit to get the whole slippers, count 48 stitches. Sorry, 48 rows, 30 stitches and 48 rows. and then you can cast off. So if we'll do a plain slippers, you just go on for 48 rows. But I liked having fun with colors. That's why I have a lot of colors here. And I choose the color together, and color I choose would be those three. The that I showed you earlier, a white, a pink, and a kind of a maroon red color. And then, you know, when you choose the color, if you like me and you like colors, you just take them together and then you find out and you find a nice match, and that's what it would be. Okay, I'm almost at the end of this row. You can cut off through that part also and just show the end of it. First row will take longer because it's tight and you don't want to lose a stitch. Otherwise you have to start again. And I did a mistake. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Good. Okay, so that's the first row. Now the pattern I have in mind is I do one more row and then I start the pattern. No, there's already 2 rows. There's already 2. No, I start the pattern right away. So the 3 colors I choose is this one: white, pink, and then this reddish color. And I'm going to make a line, and we're going to start by adding a line. So I leave this thread on because we're going to use it again, and I start with the white as the first color. So on the second row, it starts with the pearl because we have an uneven pairs of rows, if you understand that thing. So it doesn't start with a, or try when I knit to always start with a knit, and that's usually most of the time how you knit, you do when you do knitting. But for this project, 30 was the exact amount with this size of needle who fit. So we just do one row you start with the knit, the other one you start with the pearl, because it's 15 pairs of ribs, and that work. Okay, so the first color we'll be adding is the white, and I will do 2 rows of white, and then when we're done with the second row, then we just switch and add a new color. So I guess everybody will know how to figure out that. What I'll show you maybe the first change of color, and then you figure out for the next. I'm looking at my knitting a lot. Okay. Okay, now I did a mistake. This has happened when you go fast. And I have 1 stitch left. I think at some point I made 3. But when you do that, you find out where it is, and I see it here. There's 3 stitches instead of 2. So we just undo one at a time. You're not comfortable with undoing, you just take, especially with 2 colors, easy. You take the stitch that you made and you take the one out. That was the way it was. So I'll do it again. Now for those who like, it's very nice to repeat your mantra when you knit. 1 stitch is 1 mantra. 1 stitch is 1 mantra. I do less mistake when I repeat my mantra. So you can do that too. Okay, so the first line of the white is done, and then we'll do a second line and then change color, and after that